Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Miracle update. They opened their eyes together. Junho and Yoona survived the crash that nearly took their lives, fans worldwide in tears of joy. By Seoul Starline News published today, 39.8 shares, #1 trending in 23 countries. Just days ago, the world wept. Two of South Korea's brightest stars, Junho and Yoona, were clinging to life in ICU beds after a horrific late-night crash that left them unconscious, broken, and fighting for every breath. Headlines begged, "Please pray." Fan clubs lit candles. Strangers cried across continents. And then, when all seemed dark, they opened their eyes. Together. "She's alive. Is he okay?" The first words they spoke melted the ICU in silence. At precisely 6:03 a.m. today, both Junho and Yoona regained consciousness after 4 days in critical condition. Doctors stood still. Nurses froze. "It was like watching a sunrise inside a hospital room," one nurse said. Yoona blinked, tried to speak. Junho stirred. And the first thing he asked was, "Is she safe?" Yoona, barely breathing through her oxygen tube, lifted a trembling hand and nodded. Tears filled the eyes of the entire trauma unit. One word from the head nurse said it all. They made it. The crash that shook a nation. On Friday night, a drunk driver collided with the couple's vehicle as they left a private dinner with close friends. Yoona's side was struck hardest. Junho took the impact trying to shield her, according to emergency responders. His body absorbed the full blow as he wrapped himself around her just seconds before impact. They were rushed to Seoul National Medical Center in unresponsive, critical condition. Yoona suffered 2 broken ribs, internal bleeding, a partially collapsed lung, concussion, and fractured collarbone. Junho sustained a fractured pelvis, head trauma, internal hemorrhage, and a punctured lung. They were immediately placed on life support. "They came in without guarantees," one trauma surgeon said. "We didn't know if either would survive the first night." Fans around the world, from prayer to praise. After the crash, fans in over 40 countries launched digital vigils. #Pray for Junho and Yoona trended worldwide for 72 hours. Over 12 million prayer messages flooded Weibo, TikTok, X, formerly Twitter, and Instagram. Catholic, Buddhist, and Christian groups lit candles at global landmarks, from Seoul Tower to New York's Times Square. Junho, their combined ship name, was projected on buildings in Bangkok, Manila, and Jakarta. Now, the world is celebrating the miracle. They woke up for each other. Sources inside the hospital revealed something that now has fans in tears again. At exactly 6:03 a.m., Yoona began to stir. Junho's heartbeat monitor accelerated. Both opened their eyes within 90 seconds of each other, despite being in separate ICU rooms. When told the other had survived, their first request was the same. "Please, let me see them." They couldn't. "Not yet." But Yoona's soft whisper, "Tell him I'm still here," was passed across the ICU. Junho cried. So did the nurses. So did we. A private love, publicly proven. For years, fans speculated about their romance. From their electric chemistry in King the Land, to subtle glances behind the scenes, they never confirmed the rumors. But insiders now confirm, they were not just co-stars. They were building a life. They had matching promise rings, said a stylist. She kept his photo in her dressing room mirror. He called her my calm. They were planning something special before the crash, possibly even a wedding. Now, that dream may take longer, but it's still alive. Doctors speak out. They're fighters. They're miracles. Dr. Han Jisoo, chief of emergency surgery at Seoul National, gave an emotional press update. "I've worked trauma for 19 years. I've never seen 2 patients, so critical, recover this rapidly. There's no medical explanation. Only love. And maybe grace." He added. "They'll walk again. They'll act again. They'll love again." Slowly, but surely. Messages from friends, stars, and the nation. The reaction has been overwhelming. Girls' Generation, SNSD, released a handwritten group message. "Yoona is our sister. Junho is family now. Thank you, world, For holding them up when we couldn't. 2 p.m.'s Tician said in tears during a live stream. He asked for her first. That's who he is. Always thinking of her first. President Yoon Suk-yeol sent a message of support. 2 lights of our generation still shine. The nation watches with gratitude. What's next? A long recovery, side by side. Both stars remain in stable condition. Rehabilitation will be slow and painful. There will be physical therapy, speech therapy, emotional healing, a therapist shared. But they're already holding hands. Yes, even while hooked to fours and machines, their beds were moved closer today, and they reached for each other. That photo has now broken the internet. Final thoughts, from tragedy to testimony. This wasn't just a crash. It was a breaking point. And they didn't break. They rose. Together. From the wreckage of twisted metal and broken bones, they found each other again. And in a world that often forgets love can be real. Lee Junho and Yoona just reminded us all love is real. It can survive anything. Even this. Thanks for watching and support us by sharing and liking.